Are we gonna go get lunch?
Yeah, we should.
What should we get? Does that have a filter on it?
I don't know.
Why does it have a filter? It has a filter on
Because
it.
when you're gassing your local community riot,
Ah,
you want to make sure that you're not breathing that shit.
okay. That's good. That's good that they do that now.
RMT.
China. We need independence.
Yeah. And what's your message to? Have you seen Donald Trump? Do you think he should step in?
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
Run. Happening right now. John, we missed it yesterday. We forgot to make a thing about this. So here, check this out.
What do we do?
6.25-mile run. Why do some people look so cute when they run? I mean, I've got my
Move, bitch! Get out of my fucking way! It's Black History Month!
6.25.
I love that. It's Black History Month, John.
Oh, that's hysterical.
And so I.
Straight up told her, move, bitch, get out my way. It's Black History Month.
Mile run.
Wow,
Why do some
classic.
people look so cute when
I
they
love
run?
it.
I mean, I've got my
Move, bitch! Get out of my fucking way! It's Black History Month!
It's Black History Month.
I love it.
So I've been
I
told
love
that
it.
you have a new video out on recommendations for the new Biden administration.
Oh, yeah. It's the edited version.
The edited version?
Yeah, it's the safe for work.
Oh, it's safe for work. Okay.
Yeah,
So if you guys are
the
at
previous, the full podcast was not safe for work.
work. Okay.
So
Is it
I gotta
family
take
friendly
this
now?
shit
huh?
off. This shit is
It's
hot.
gonna be-
and
imagine it's really
muffling my
hot.
voice.
Anyways, another good news. John, guess what day it is today? That's
What is
right.
All right, hey, it's
I look like
Groundhog
Cat in
Day.
the
We're
Hat.
taking you straight to Pennsylvania. Puxatawny Phil is about
What
to
is
give
this?
his prediction. 6 more weeks of winter or early spring. Let's listen in.
Okay.
Here we go.
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye! Now, this second day of February,
Uh-huh.
2021,
Uh-huh.
the 135th annual trek of Punxsutawney Groundhog Club. Punxsutawney Phil, the seer of seers, the prognosticator of all prognosticators, was awakened from his burrow at 7:25 a.m. by his handler and friend. That morning, a few can attend. In Groundhog He's, Phil directed the president and the inner circle to his prediction scroll that reads, "It's a beautiful morning, this I can see, with all my fans viewing virtually. My faithful followers being safe and secure, our tradition of Groundhog Day must endure. We have all passed through the darkness of night.
It's a fucking Cat in the Hat fucking book he's reading off of.
I love this.
light. But now, when I turn to see,
Okay.
there's a perfect shadow cast.
Yes!
on me. 6 more weeks of winter.
Woo! Woo!
All right.
6 more weeks of winter.
Nice.
6 more weeks of winter. Now, I bring this up because, there's been a lot of things canceled. A lot of people canceled.
Yeah.
How long before?
This isn't racist?
How long before the groundhog
I see a lot
old tweets get pulled up?
I see a lot of white people holding a
lot of people
furry,
in top hats.
furry animal.
And the guy's best friend. What's the groundhog's name?
Oh my God.
Wapaponics? Hold on, I just want to hear the name one more time.
All right, hey, it's Groundhog Day. We're taking you straight to Pennsylvania. Puxatawny Phil is a
Punxsutawney
Punxsutawney
Phil. That's a beautiful name, man.
Oh
I don't know.
my God.
How long do you think before they show up? I'm pretty sure the groundhog has some skeletons in its closet.
I'm sure he was racist back in the day, just like Biden, and now he's found the.
So he toes the party line, is what you're saying. All you gotta do is-
No. I'm just saying, everyone can grow.
Sure.
Everyone can learn from their mistakes.
Okay.
Just because you didn't want to bus kids to your white privileged school doesn't mean that you can't go on to become the president and the greatest leader of all African American society of all time, beyond even whatever they were dreaming when Barack Obama took the office. So
You
he is the savior of black
it.
culture.
got it.
Yeah.
So as far as the groundhog, you think
According
you're good?
to
You think the groundhog's good?
according to Cardi B and the
I
the video that
I just want to.
where she goes to a school full of children and is like, "Who's this?" And they're like, "I don't know who that is. We're like 4 years old."
What is that? What are you
It's
talking
like you haven't seen that?
No, I
It's
haven't.
like Cardi B goes to a school
Uh huh.
and she plays like this video, or she plays like she's holding up a picture of like Barack Obama, And the kids are like, I don't know who that is. Like, he was born like 30 minutes ago, you know?
Oh,
And then
okay,
they
yeah,
put
yeah.
up a picture of Joe Biden. Like, oh, that's Joe Biden. And he's like, yeah, that's
yeah.
Joe Biden.
Okay.
Aren't you
When's
happy?
the last time you seen Barack Obama on TV?
Well,
Don't really see him as much as.
considering the kids that were in that class probably weren't even born when Barack was president.
Yeah, it's
So,
been already 8 years. There's kids who grew up and all they know is Donald Trump is president.
Yes.
Now it's Joe Biden. Yo Biden. Senor Biden.
Juan.
I know you wanted to talk
Juan.
about the Communist
Jose.
Party.
Jose Biden. Jose. Juan is, yeah, John.
I know you wanted to talk about the
Jose
CCP
Biden.
today. So, check this out.
Let's talk about it.
You know, we're called GasLit for a reason, right? There's nothing like the Lincoln Project to make you feel like you're being freaking gaslit. So check this out.
Yep.
Trump has Chinese debt. Ivanka's got Chinese patents. So when China says roll over, that's exactly what Trump will do. Dude.
Does this look like a poon job?
Check this. Check
is
this.
this?
It does. It does. It really does.
We're culturally appropriating all cultures
Yeah,
on
just
our
gonna-
podcast.
I'm going to put this up. All right, here we go. Here we go. So check this out. According to this closed TV, just in, chaos in the White House as Biden administration officials argue whether to call Myanmar military takeover a coup over fears they will anger China.
And be forced to withdraw foreign aid.
Yeah.
So it's okay to have military coups
As long
as China's
have-
okay with
yeah,
it.
we're cool. We got to check with Big Brother. Got to check with them.
Are we already on check?
I think we're already on check. I mean, look at this.
They're not
Perfectly
even.
clear.
They're not even pretending anymore.
No. Before it used to be. Do you remember the Middle East? It was Bashar al-Assad. There was the famous red line with Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Don't use chemical. Don't you dare use chemical attacks. They did it. Not a problem. They didn't want to upset somebody.
That's true.
The Iranians. They didn't want to go in there and upset the Iranians. Now we got a new one. It's just China, which is interesting. Oh, that's not the one I wanted to show you. I'm listening.
You know, like the kid in school, like the cool kid that everybody's got to check with to make sure, like, yo,
But
I'm still cool too, right? Like,
is-
you know, like they got to get the nod from that cool kid, like,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
can I, is
Can I
that
go hang out with that guy?
no, like, you know, it's
Oh, like,
You-
oh, like,
you
oh,
like-
like
you like this
You and
new
me are
thing
hanging
I
out,
got?
right? And I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh, well, I want to go invite Bernard. I gotta ask you. We can invite Bernard.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, there's always that one
Yeah.
where you got to check with them first.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
kind of how it is.
Can I invite Bernard over?
Yeah, on Fridays.
Well, anyways, you wanted to talk to me about this. Talk to me, boss. What's this all about? China rehearsing for when it overtakes America, according to CNN Business analysis done by Jill Desis and CNN Business. Nameless, faceless CNN Business.
Play the video.
Is there a video?
Yeah, it's a video right there.
But is it like one of those?
Propaganda videos
Yeah.
where it's
You know,
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. do
The
solemnly
U.S.
swear.
China technology war likely won't end under a Biden presidency. Biden may take a more nuanced approach than Trump to diplomacy, but the tech rivalry will likely intensify. Concerns over how Chinese-made technology can be weaponized for surveillance and hacking. Plus allegations that Beijing steals American tech may persist.
What's so funny
So
about
will
that
the battle
is
for
logic.
supremacy in 5G, quantum computing, artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and space.
China is our most serious global competitor, and this competition is going to be one of the central challenges of this century.
Pause, please.
Trump set into motion the
Can I watch
decoupling
this
of
real
the two
quick?
economies,
Sure.
slapping tariffs on Chinese products, blacklisting top tech companies, banning popular Chinese apps. In his final weeks in office, Trump attempted to cement his tough on China legacy.
did it work?
He signed an executive order banning transactions with 8 Chinese apps, including fintech giant Ant Group's Alipay and Tencent's WeChat Pay. He slapped restrictions on China's smartphone maker Xiaomi and a top chip maker, cutting them off from U.S. suppliers. He also barred investment in Chinese businesses with alleged military ties. Yet it's unclear if these orders will be implemented. His
So it's left up to the next administration? What were you going to say before that? Sorry.
I don't know. I lost my train of thought because you played the video. What Trump was doing was the right move for America. I know a lot of people thought that was unpopular. Like, why would you want to ban TikTok? Kids are just using it do dance videos, and it's like another social media platform besides Instagram and Twitter and the other whatever else is, I don't know, whatever kids use nowadays. But what people don't understand is when companies get large enough, okay, the Chinese government literally swallows them and turns them into a government entity. So Huawei, the reason they don't want to have Huawei over here is because Huawei is also owned partly by China, the government, not just like a Chinese company. It's not a private company. So you're basically giving China access to all of this information when you're bringing these devices, when you're bringing these apps, when you bring even things like Alipay, WeChat Pay, which is the prominent way of them conducting business. All commerce pretty much goes through those two avenues in China. It's because it's easier, it's more convenient. I use it when I'm over there because you could pay like a hot dog vendor.
I gotta watch out for you, bro.
And you could pay, you can go to McDonald's or Walmart in China and also pay using those things. So you sit in a cab, you could pay the cab driver. Everywhere it's like a ubiquitous payment system. And everybody accepts Alipay and WeChat Pay everywhere you
including
go.
the red district over in China.
Every district in China. So that's how they kind of keep tabs on who has what, Obviously, there's still a lot of cash that goes through the Chinese government. I mean, underground in commerce, but for the most part, if you really want to use money, like not a lot of people carry cash. Everyone's it's almost, I could say, it's predominantly digital currency in China.
What does this have to do with America? Aren't all the servers, all the companies here, aren't they run by Americans? Isn't it done here in America?
No, there's still, everything goes back to China.
There's a back door that China has access to?
Well, all the servers and everything is backed
Even
up
the
in
ones
China.
based
Even if they have
out of the
servers
United
here in the
States.
United States, right? There's redundancies in China because most of these big companies, these huge tech companies, they have to have multiple server redundancies because if one of them was to be attacked, then they would lose, all the user information. So they have redundancies, and 100% they keep redundancies in China.
Okay.
And so basically, you're just giving a lot of intel, just like Facebook and all the other big tech companies that spy on us. They listen to us. Apple, Facebook, Google,
And
they're always collecting our data so that they can monetize and sell us advertisements. China's doing the same thing for their population, but the concern with what Trump had was if we give them access to all of our inner workings and kind of how we do business here, then it creates even more competition for U.S. companies to be able to, they already have a huge manufacturing edge on us. So imagine if now they know what's the hot thing in the market and they're bringing it out. Even if you have a U.S. company, let's say, that launches an item, they'll be able to copy and, overtake that company within a matter of weeks, as opposed to taking a year or longer.
not to mention they can drown money into companies.
100%. And we're so far behind them as far as construction and manufacturing is, from an efficiency standpoint, because we have a lot more red tape here in the States. And that's another thing Trump was trying to do, was trying to eliminate a lot of the red tape, just so small businesses can function freely, less regulation, less burden on small companies. But in China, it's the opposite. The government always tries to assist with developing businesses, small businesses. They can subsidize them. They can put them in locations that are vacant and help them get the business moving before they even have to start paying back. So they do have a lot more lenient and easier way for a company like a startup to get up and running. But the caveat is once you get to a very profitable sized company, then they come in and they take over because it is for the good of the country, right?
Yeah, well, good for the party.
Good
not
for the
country.
party, for the Chinese Communist Party.
Yeah, well, according to this article, China just outpaced the United States in attracting foreign direct investment, which is exactly what you were talking about right now. It signed a trade agreement with the European Union with the aim of boosting growth and giving European communities greater access to 1.4 billion consumers. So now it's starting the new year without its most aggressive political adversary, former President U.S. Donald Trump. Former U.S. President Donald Trump. And President Xi has made it clear that he thinks that he sees China taking pole position. Wow. Well, it's a good thing.
It's been a while coming, actually, but I think with Trump's policies, he was trying to stop them from taking advantage for the just simple fact that the trade that we used to have with them was ridiculous. Like what we would get taxed on Chinese product, or what like the U.S. Customs would tax us, for example, for importing product, would be a fraction of what China taxes for U.S. product. So what that does is it obviously drives up the cost and makes you want to manufacture in-house.
Right.
Because if I'm going to bring product from China and it's going to cost me twice as much, right, then I'll try to find a way to manufacture it here. And it might cost me a little bit more, but just the efficiency, having it here, being able to oversee it, not having issues with quality control and things
Right.
like that, it makes more sense. And then what
Not
that
to
does is it
mention-
creates jobs here in the United States.
Not to mention the night and day difference. Literally, they're functioning at day while we're functioning at night.
Yes.
And it's really hard
It's
to
15
oversee.
hours
Yeah,
a lot of
I've
times.
seen that. It's been pretty killer.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why we don't sleep much.
So I mean, it seems as if things are really heating up on the world stage for Joe Biden. Check this out. I don't know if you got the memo about this, but according to the Jerusalem Post, Iran deepens breach of nuclear deal at underground enrichment site. Tehran has recently accelerated its breaches of the deal, raising pressures on U.S. President Joe Biden. So essentially what's going on is, I thought the whole thing for the Iran nuclear deal was that they were going to do this within the parameters that was set by the nuclear deal, right?
Yeah, but which country signs a deal with the United States and upholds their end of the deal?
Is that a rhetorical
Have you noticed?
question?
Yeah. How many? Is there a list of countries that
countries.
renege on their agreements with us?
Canada's cool.
Canada's they're freezing right now. They don't know what the hell's going on. It's too cold.
They've been living in
They're
igloos.
they're high and disoriented.
I'm actually kind of somewhat surprised that that this news is coming out. All right, Iran began its breaches in 2019 in response to the withdrawal in 2018 under President Obama. I'm sorry, President Donald Trump. Wow.
So when Trump says like we're not effing around, and he strengthens the military and says, you know, we got to make sure we keep our eyes on our adversaries to make sure they're not getting, you know, whatever uranium,
Refined uranium.
uranium, yeah, uranium hexafluoride feedstock, whatever that is.
Apparently,
We're
it's-
not rocket scientists here, so
we ain't rocket scientists.
we's just regular folk.
It's also pressing ahead with the installation of more advanced centrifuges. Okay, well that's good.
So when there's no threat, then you know it's Joe Biden. He's happy old Joe. He's Uncle Joe.
Well, it
What's he
seems-
gonna do? He's just gonna be like, "Come on, guys, you know, put it down. Put down your nuclear weapons."
well,
It's
do you
all right.
do you remember
not-
the?
We're all just gonna get along, right?
I don't know if they have an assembly or a parliament, but do you remember what happened after they pulled out of the Iran nuclear deal? What that looked like?
Over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, play it. That was a good
Uh,
video, actually.
Okay, let me go and try to find it.
You just write "Death to America" clip. I love it.
Oh, where is it at?
That's like so.
Hey, here we go. There it
There
is.
we go.
So before we play the clip, just want to remind you that
This is how other countries feel about us. by
the
way.
Obama administration says that the Iranians were de-radicalizing, right? that they're easy to work with, that
Yeah.
they're going to totally pay attention to the rules, like you said,
100%.
like every other country.
Like every other country.
All right.
That's these-
So this was their response when we said, "Nah, nah, I don't think we can trust you."
Death to America. Seem like reasonable, civilized people. Well dressed, by the way. You notice everyone's kind of rocking the suit. Wow, this is inside the parliament. This is not even on the streets. I love it. I love it.
Well, the good thing
So
is,
this is for people to understand, for people to see that these countries that we don't have a proper trade or open agreement with, to do business with. We don't have any relationship with, that besides the fact that they sign deals that they back out of. This is what happens. Like you're dealing with countries and with people that are driving hatred to America. And Joe Biden wants to be inclusive of all these countries, of all these people. Now, I'm not saying all those people are like that, right?
I think you just said all that.
No, I didn't say all of them, but I'm just saying all the people in parliament are like that.
All these politicians.
All of the politicians in the country are trying to drive hatred. And who listens to the politicians? Their constituents.
Right. Well, I
So-
mean, in some places you have to listen to. You
don't have a
You're a
choice.
forced constituent.
But for the most part, these constituents, this is all they hear.
I cannot imagine it like, oh, we're gonna go and do a bake sale, and we're gonna go ahead and get signatures for Death to America on the weekends. I don't see that happening. I don't think that's
You don't?
I don't.
I do. You don't see them trying to drive that message home?
I just feel like like
You don't think the
soccer
next
moms
generation of
and,
those
Girl
kids?
Scout cookies and Death to America and
You don't think that's like part of the
normal.
regular? You don't think that's part of like the regular talking points?
It may be like in
you don't
North
think that's
Korea.
water cooler talk
it may
over
be
there?
like, oh yeah, like John, just thinking America, right? America's so bad, and then you're just like, yeah,
Well, yeah,
I could see that in North Korea.
that's what our parliament. That's what the parliament says.
Death to
So-
America. But the good thing is that Joe Biden is a strong leader, right?
According, compared to what?
He's a
That
very strong
groundhog,
leader. Check
that
this out.
groundhog that we were watching
Nothing
earlier.
will stop him. Nothing at all.
What? Biden working from home cancels speech after DC gets a 2-inch dusting. Get ready for it, America.
So Joe Biden, decides to work from home, and he cancels he has to walk a couple blocks over to give a speech. Nix that.
Cancel that. Bad idea.
Canceled it.
I can't be out in a snowstorm.
This is
Getting
dumb.
them-
This is
Yeah,
dumb.
that's
This is
stupid.
almost as dumb, but as genius as
shopping
this.
trip I've ever done because I'm scared.
What's important though is that I am staying 6 feet away from everyone.
Right.
Like I'm staying away.
Because like when you go to a restaurant, you can
Right.
sit down and take it off because you're
Right.
actually 6
also,
feet away.
you know what worries me is that no one's really.
So this guy has a
like if
mask
This is, if this is the measure
painted onto his face.
Nobody stopped me. That's kind of weird, right?
nobody,
No one.
no one, nothing.
Oh, the security.
I
The
love
security
your
says, I love your mask. Let me take a picture. You would think the security would say, hey, you need to put on a real mask if you want to come in here. No, I love your
No,
mask.
I love your mask.
Can I take a selfie with you?
I mean, what is going on?
Oh, God.
What is going on?
It's a joke. The whole damn thing's a joke.
You notice that we haven't talked about COVID.
15 days, remember? It was supposed to be. And we
Right,
were all
but-
supposed to be in quarantine, and it was supposed to be over.
Yeah, but once
And they ran it until the end of the election. And then magically, when Biden came riding in on his unicorn, COVID just disappeared from the news.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Is you don't really hear about it anymore because
Why would we hear about it? Because
Because the hospitals were overfilled.
the Biden fairy showed up.
The bodies were stacking up.
They're
what he had
still
been
stacking.
hearing.
We've had more deaths in January than ever before, and they just opened up Los Angeles.
They just opened up Los Angeles. You know what's funny? So they opened up the restaurants, but they put out a order by the health department that you can't turn on your TVs.
Yeah, because now watching TV induces COVID. Imagine they go, it's like Canada where they come to your house, they knock on your door, they're like, are you watching Netflix? We're going to have to arrest all of you.
All right, John.
Is that Mickey Mouse's clubhouse in the background?
It's game over for you. Okay, I don't want to get into this too much, but I feel like we kind of do have to talk about it. But I want to talk about it for a different reason. So you've seen the Ocasio-Cortez video, right? It was trending yesterday. Her Instagram live.
I don't watch her. I don't follow her.
Well, what happens is this is harrowing. AOC says she was told to run and hide. While AOC was hiding, she heard people yelling, "Where is she?" They even opened the bathroom door. And she was hiding directly behind it. I thought everything was over. I thought I was gonna die. AOC is breaking down in tears, talking about her state of mind when she thought she might die. I had fulfilled my purpose. She says the man turned out to be Capitol Police officer. But here, check this out. Was he there to help her? No. According to her, he was looking at her with anger and hostility, and he was there without a partner. Something did not feel right.
I'm sorry, do all Capitol Police have partners?
Well,
Just in general, do all police officers have partners?
I don't. Well, okay, let's assume they don't, right? No. Let's assume they do.
I think that's a pretty safe.
Let's assume they do.
Okay,
You know
let's
what?
say they do.
They do. But what were they busy with at that moment? I'm just curious. There was kind of, was there a lot of police officers?
An insurrection?
Yeah, a failed, sad excuse for an insurrection, right? But even then, the guy came...
I think it was a lot of like grandstanding to say like, hey, look, we can come in here, you know? So listen to us. I think it was more like, don't F with us. That's America. I think that's fine.
Sure.
As long as you don't hurt nobody. I'm not. No,
you
you see,
there's
they
five people-
hurt
there's
those. They
there's
hurt.
5 dead people.
Yeah, that's
I don't
not
know.
okay.
That's what makes it stupid.
That's completely
If they had
uncalled
walked
for.
in and out of there, no violence,
Yeah, if
nothing.
they went in and took selfies with like Schumer, and we're like, haha,
Yeah.
see, we got in here.
Yeah.
You can't keep us out.
Yeah, but not to
You
get
gotta
too distracted.
You got to get our voices heard.
What I'm trying to say is this lady is still throwing officers under the bus in her post.
By the way, I'm not justifying it. The riots in the Capitol.
She's still throwing these people under the bus.
She's just a horrible, horrible bitch. She's a horrible bitch. Plain and simple. Guess who protected you, you stupid bitch? The cops did. Okay? The same cop you're complaining about was looking at you with scorn. He probably saved your life. I love it when I used to be a waitress and I worked like 5 hours one time. Shut the hell up. You haven't done shit in your fucking life. Go get a fucking real job and then come back and talk to me, okay?
She has a real job now.
Yeah, doing nothing.
Yeah, she talks. She
Yeah.
does a lot of talking.
Yeah.
Good for her, though, you know?
Whatever.
Good for her.
Pushing
Look, here's the
pushing
thing.
bullshit agendas.
Here's
Who's
the-
in your pocket? You know what I want to know? AOC? I want to know who's in your pocket. I want to know who funds your bullshit that you try to push on the American people. I want to know. Call me. Comment.
I don't even know where to go from here, dude. it's like, wait, what the,
She is. She's
what
a fucking,
the hell did just happen
She's
right
a
now?
horrible.
What the hell just happened, John? You went to a dark place and you went really dark.
No, she's a really
Look,
horrible
I'm
fucking
not
human
happy
being.
about this.
She is
Yeah,
what's
that's-
wrong with America. Okay? You want to live in a fucking socialist society, bitch? You want to live in communism? China's got the door wide open for you. Good luck. Good luck over there. I hope you like chicken feet. Because that's what they got. They got a lot of chicken feet for you.
I got to interject here, man. Chicken feet is a delicacy amongst the Hispanic people, all right?
Listen.
My grandpa ate chicken feet, and apparently they're delicious. I won't touch them.
Why don't you?
apparently-
If there's such a delicacy, Jim.
I said,
why don't
damn
you
it, my
chow down?"
grandfather ate them. You respect my heritage. Damn it. Anyways, John.
Anyways, there's a lot of KFC in China. If you're interested in communism, move.
All right, we're gonna swivel away from this conversation.
Okay, listen, AOC. I'm gonna tell you this one time, and one time only. Venezuela is waiting for you. Okay. Take your fake Latina ass over to Venezuela. Where is she? What is she? What kind
Puerto
of?
Rican.
She's Puerto Rican?
Yes.
Take your Puerto Rican ass down to Venezuela where they got communism for you, okay? And leave the fucking American people alone.
I didn't want to bring this up, but
She should live in Cuba.
here's the thing.
Why do you want to live in our country and fuck our country
So
up?
do you remember the cute little Bernie Sanders meme?
Yeah, that was awesome.
It spurred a whole bunch of memes. It got products. You could
It's
buy the
freaking
mittens
probably
now.
like 12 degrees outside. That poor guy was freezing his ass off.
Yeah.
I'm not a hater on Bernie. You know,
Yeah,
Bernie's
you
got
see,
some
look-
wacky policies and he's a wackadoo, but
Look,
you
you
know,
see, it's even NBC
old
News
man
got on
standing
it.
outside. He should have had his
Well,
hoodie on.
I'm sorry to report to you, my friend, that it's racist. You're a racist. San Francisco teacher writes an op-ed. Bernie Sanders mittens is a lesson in white privilege. That's right, John. You're a racist. You're racist.
Wait a minute.
All right, here we go. San Francisco high school teacher wrote an op-ed claiming Senator Bernie Sanders manifest privilege. All right. Okay, so initially on inauguration day, this lady's called Ingrid Sire Ochi from, wait for it, UC Berkeley.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
That's why I didn't want to go there.
Wow.
I thought, dude, imagine when it was between Berkeley and UCLA, and I'm like, UCLA has got to be a lot more conservative than Berkeley, because Berkeley had like naked people walking around campus. So I was like, I don't want to be
And
that.
UCLA right now.
I don't want to be that lib.
UCLA is.
And now UCLA is like,
It's,
I mean,
it's
it's conservative compared to Berkeley.
Oh yeah, okay.
You know,
Yeah.
we're not as off the rails as Berkeley
But
is.
it's like Mao and like Marx, like actual,
you got a little liberal views. It's okay. That's why I'm a
All
liberal.
right, so here we go. Initially on Inauguration Day, she said she talked to her class about the deeper meaning of the historic day, including the vulnerability of democracy and the power of ritual and gender. The teacher said she was not even on the radar until he became an instant internet sensation. I was puzzled and fumed as an individual as I strove to be my best possible teacher. What did I see? What did my students think? Wait, what did she see? She saw a wealthy, incredible, well-educated, and privileged white man showing up for perhaps the most important ritual of the decade in a puffy jacket and huge mittens. The senator manifests privilege,
White privilege.
male privilege, and class privilege in ways that my students could see and feel.
Okay. All right. America's canceled. Get
No,
the fuck outta here.
but here's the
We're
thing.
moving.
No,
Jim.
because
This is fucking.
because here's the thing. So just not
Can
to
we just never ever cover any news that comes out of San Francisco
No.
or New York
No.
or any of these freaking
No.
crazy ass liberal
no.
whack?
There's
no,
nothing.
we're
There's
not
nothing
doing
worse.
this.
There's nothing
We're
worse.
not
There's
doing
nothing
this.
worse than living in a bubble, John.
No.
We don't live in a bubble.
We can't do this.
We don't live in a
We can't
bubble.
do this.
We
This
do
is
not live in a
retarded.
bubble because
It's
check this
retarded,
out.
Jimmy.
Check this out. Coming straight from
They're shitting on themselves.
San Francisco. Right, here it goes. It gets worse. So the San Francisco School Board decided to rename 44 schools because they now, because they had ties to racism or slavery. Sure, whatever. That's old news. But now the arts department has taken a bold move by changing its name VAPA because they say the acronyms are a symptom of white supremacy culture.
VAPA.
Oh.
What the fuck does VAPA stand
The
for?
director of the department said, "We are prioritizing anti-racist art instructions in our work." So they got rid of the name acronym VAPA, which is short for Visual and Performing Arts. What the hell is VAPA?
Visual and Performing Arts. That's what it is.
No, but what does it mean, WAPA?
VAPA. If you talk about race, then you're a racist motherfucker. How about that? How about if you speak about race, then you're a fucking racist? How about that?
I don't think
cancel
that,
culture.
I really don't think that.
How about
VAPA
cancel culture? If you speak about race, then you're a racist.
Oh, I got
You are a racist. If race is an issue for you, then you're a fucking racist. Whether it's in one direction or the other, if race is an issue for you, then you are a racist. Because race is an issue for you. There's only one race, you fucks. It's the human race.
I guess
Which
it's
brings us
for
to our
here,
next story. Jesus fucking Christ. This is so wrong. How is this possible? Why? Why would you let somebody
I mean, they're trying. Here's the thing. They're trying. They're really trying.
Bro, this guy would come in like 10th place in the men's race, but he's just smoking all the girls.
She is just smoking all the
Shut
girls.
up. Shut up.
It's just
Shut up. That's a
One of us
man.
has to try to keep
That's a man, baby. That's a fucking man. That is a man racing girls. That is a male racing females right there. There's the gender disparity right there. Okay? If you weren't sure if men and women are equal, boom shakalaka. Okay? Get the fuck out of here with this bullshit. You're gonna let them do this to our kids? So my daughter has no chance of playing sports now.
I just feel like she's gonna just try harder. I'm okay with that.
And the bone structure has nothing to do
She's
with
gonna have
it.
to just load up on that milk. That's all. That's what I see right there.
So I
see
just-
where people see inequality, I see a challenge, an opportunity to rise to the occasion and be better. Just saying, John. Just saying.
Fuck you, non-binary Jim.
All right. Well, since this was a really heavy podcast, I have nothing else to say to you, John, today. You have anything else you'd like to bring up? Any parting words of wisdom?
Don't let boys play with girls in sports. It's not cool.
All right, here we go. A smiling pit bull.
He's so happy.
All right, John.
Thanks for ending on a good note, bud.
Sure, yeah, but we always try to.
I love you, non-binary Jim.
Yeah, there's a lot of heavy topics that we talk about here, so
It's okay.
it's always good to end on a good note. This is a really sad song for
I know, for
what's
such a
happening.
happy dog.
Is
You'd
it?
think they would like put like a more upbeat thing in the background. Watch our clips. Go to GasLit Podcast, subscribe, like, hit the bell notification, comment. I think comments, is that what drives viewers? Comments?
No,
I don't know how we don't know how this stuff works yet. We're still trying to figure out how the mics fucking stay up for the entire duration of the podcast.
I'm still desperately trying to keep us on YouTube.
Jim's just trying to keep us from getting booted off of YouTube with only 12 subscribers.
All right.
So you keep doing that, Jim. You fight the good fight, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow, our Super Bowl predictions. Is the
Oh,
winner going to be
nice.
spinach artichoke dip or Cool Ranch? Stay tuned.
Bernard! I thought the dog was going to die at the end.
Yeah. All right, how much time do we have left?
Edit the fuck out of that one.
I like, how much of the AOC do you want?